So if you talk on the phone, only 20% of your communication is the actual words that you use. The other 80% of your communication is your tonality, the cadence in your voice, and the tone of your voice.
Welcome to the Master Dealmaker's Secrets podcast. And now, here's sales growth strategist, John Blake.
Welcome to Master Dealmaker's Secrets. I'm John Blake. This is episode 262. And today we're going to talk about tonality and why it can make or break your sales results. So, have you ever wondered why you could have two people that can use the exact same sales script and get a totally different result? I'm sure if you have been in sales for a while, you would have seen that phenomenon. And this can be where they are both using the exact same questions, making the exact same offer, and using the exact same words. And the results can vary by as much as double. This is why copying some guru's script without understanding tonality is unlikely to give you the same result that they promise that it will. In fact, in most cases, it will never give you the same result as what they are suggesting. And it's also why if you simply use a script to sell without having internalized it, then you will very likely crash and burn. Well, today that changes. I'm going to share two principles as it relates to tonality that can double the results. So obviously the other thing that needs to exist here for any script to work is belief and certainty. And effectively that's what tonality does. That's what tonality in your voice does. But you, in most cases, will find it hard to talk convincingly and with certainty about a product if you don't genuinely believe that it's a good product. So I wanted to get that out of the way first. So step number one is you need to slow down. So salespeople often speed up their speed of speech when they get to the part where they're looking for a sale, and then they wonder why people don't buy. Why? It's because speaking fast is universal code for I am nervous or I am unsure. And people don't buy nervous, they buy certainty. They buy certainty in your voice. We're going to talk more about how you can build certainty into your tonality, because at the end of the day, when you talk, if you talk on the phone, only 20% of your communication is the actual words that you use. The other 80% of your communication is your tonality, the cadence in your voice, and the tone of your voice. So I'll say that again. When you are talking on the phone, only 20% of your actual communication are the words that you use. The other 80% is your tonality, your cadence, and the tone in your voice. And that is why you can have two different people using the exact same script and they can get very, very different results. So number two, when you get to the part where you're making your recommendation, go top down with your tonality. So here's what I mean by that. This is actually how embedded commands work. So embedded commands is like an NLP term. I'm not going to get stuck into the intricacies of NLP, but this is a very simple it's a very simple idea to understand. And the reason why is that it's because it's how our parents compelled compliance with us when we were little. And because that is effectively baked into everyone's behavior, it still works in your speech today if you use it in the way that I am suggesting. So energy-wise, I call it the caring but stern parent. So it sounds like this, right? So okay, so you're going to stay the night at Jamie's house. Okay, so make sure that you pack a jumper and make sure that you have a spare set of underpants and make sure that you take your toothbrush And remember to be ready for me to come and pick you up out the front at 8 o'clock, dressed, because I need to get you to football by 8:30. So what did I just do there? I talked in the way that a parent would talk to a child. And you can do this without being condescending. You can do this because contextually it's appropriate for you to be talking as an expert in your particular product or service, because by virtue of the fact that you already work in this particular role, regardless of whether you've worked there 1 day, 1 week, 1 decade, or for 1 century, they are going to perceive you as an expert. So it's appropriate for you to have some authority in your voice and some authority in your tonality. So the sales equivalent of this is, and I'll just give you an example, a very generic example. You could say, okay, so look, to confirm your choice to go ahead, all I need from you is to complete page 5 of the PDF that we just went through and email that through with your purchase order and whatever card that you want to put your initial installment on. And then I will send you a confirmation. And then from there, we can book your first session in. When would work for us to do your first session? Would you prefer this week or would you prefer next week? So can you see what I did there? I used the exact same stern but caring parent tonality, and I moved past confirmation, i.e. fill your credit card details out on page 5, and I moved into logistics, because we care a lot about, the sale, asking for the sale, the person, putting their card details in or, buying or whatever. We care about that. But what the actual person cares about is the outcome and how quickly can I get started? How can I get this problem off my plate, off my desk and sorted so that I can move on to the next thing? So there's a few things that I did here. I used the caring but stern parent, and then we moved from confirmation over to logistics quickly. And so this is a really, really simple thing that you can actually start to build into your sales presentations, especially the part where you are making an offer. So try this on your next sales call. When you get to the offer part, remember to slow down your speech, take the nervous energy out of the tone in your voice, and ask for the sale in a caring but stern way using neutral tonality. As always, thanks so much for listening, and I will talk to you on the next podcast. Cheers.
You've been listening to Master Dealmaker Secrets with John Blake. Subscribe to get more in-depth strategies and maximize your sales process with new episodes every other week. And double your inquiry to sale conversion with the lead flow you already have. Go to johnblakeaudio.com for his exclusive, free, no-fluff audio training and companion PDF guide.